Namaste. I am Rivenrog, and will tell you about stories about Nepal. Imagine a city choked by concrete, where the very breath of open spaces has been stolen, piece by insidious piece. This is a story of power, greed, and the silent, suffocating corruption beneath Kathmandu's veneer. The city was a sprawling, chaotic organism, perpetually reinventing itself. Not with vision, but with opportunistic hunger. I walked through Thamel, past the towering facade of the Shaya Devi complex, a monument to unchecked ambition. My dream boards, filled with designs for sprawling parks, community centers, and green oases, were a cruel joke. These seemingly respectable government officials, their palms perpetually open, and the most insidious of all the cunning baathas, the local strongmen, the self-proclaimed influential figures, but the papers say otherwise. A series of lost records, mistaken surveys, and suddenly a private developer owns it. Guess who the primary investor is? The brother-in-law of a very prominent judge and the son of a former land minister. I went to the Milijuli site. It was fenced off, construction already underway. A security guard eyed me suspiciously. And Maya, she'd never responded. No one asked questions. No one dared. I saw a familiar black SUV, usually parked outside a senior lawyer's residence, pulling away from the site office. Effortlessly claiming Mohi rights, or even outright ownership over vast tracts of unsettled lands, not just in the central Kathmandu Valley, but across the entire country. We lived in a system where from the government's top brass to the ordinary people, millions were sustained and nourished by this very corruption. And I, Arjun, walked the streets of my city, the ghost of its true potential haunting me, knowing that the real monsters weren't mythical beasts, but the very hands that shaped our skyline. We talked, we ranted, we exposed truths in whispers and anonymous articles, but ultimately, we had collectively accepted this system. It was the air we breathed. The reality was a dense clutter of unplanned settlements, a concrete jungle so impenetrable that even the local Nagarpalika, or ward office, could unfind a single 3 to 5 anna piece of land to build their own basic facilities. Arjun, she'd whispered one night, her voice tight. I'm digging into the Milijuli Housing Project. It's on what was supposed to be a public parkland near the river. The collective value of these unsettled lands, swallowed whole by the powerful, amounted to billions. Just a few blocks away, near an ancient local temple, a monstrous new house stood, a testament to its owner's audacity, its sheer incongruity, screaming of illicit gains. This was Kathmandu's true face, a city where the level of corruption wasn't whispered but openly displayed. My name is Arjun. I wasn't a hero, just a frustrated architect, haunted by the ghosts of what Kathmandu could have been. I knew the players, the big Sarkari lawyers from the major courts, their briefcases bulging with documents twisting truth into lies. My friend, Maya, a journalist, shared my frustration, but hers was laced with a dangerous courage. That's impossible, I retorted, though a cold dread was already forming. That land was designated open space decades ago. Exactly, she said, her eyes glinting. The air around us grew heavy. One evening, Maya didn't show up for our usual coffee. Her phone went straight to voicemail. Her apartment was empty. Panic seized me. The next day, Maya's newspaper published a retraction. A short, bland statement claiming an error in their recent land. The whispers continued, of more land gone, of more open spaces disappearing. In a city built on stolen dreams and concrete lies, how far would you go to reclaim what was lost, knowing the price might be everything?